Amsterdam. Yes, if you couldn't tell by the canals behind me, we are exploring Amsterdam today. It has been a little bit over 24 hours since we got here to the city, and it's been amazing so far. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't really had too much Amsterdam Dutch food. Amsterdamian food. What am I saying? Dutch food. We did have some pancakes earlier today. A Dutch pancake, which was phenomenal.
How was that first bite?
The apples are really good. I can get over the fact that they have raisins in it. It's super soft. It's crispy on the outside. The bacon is good.
Because in a way to make it work, then you will have to be double as expensive.
3 pieces of bacon. What is it? Cinnamon, apple, crumble.
Too many raisins.
Is it too many raisins?
And that bite that I just had. So got my first coffee in Amsterdam and didn't realize. So it came with a stroopwafel, first fresh stroopwafel. I only had the ones in the bag at the US, but the eggnog, I just put it in here. The whole thing was chocolate. It had eggnog in it, which was thick eggnog. I didn't expect that. But what even shocked me even more, I'm pretty sure it was alcoholic eggnog because that junk tastes like alcohol. So it's 10 o'clock here, so I guess I'm drinking alcohol. But what do they say, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock somewhere? It is what it is. Time to bring Dutch pancake and apple crumble. I think I ended up paying like $23 for my pancakes and coffee, which is a little bit pricey. This isn't a cheap city. But it was pretty good. I would actually get it again. But yeah, so far today, we landed about 3 o'clock last night. We got to our friend's place about 5.
You tired?
It is what it is.
I'm exhausted. I've been awake for like 24 hours already. I can't wait to sleep.
How's the food? How's the drink?
Good. I just finished my burger. This is the Polaris. It's like butterfly tea and I forgot what alcohol. And then this is more of a spritz.
And the baby water bottle.
Balance.
Hey, son! With your potatoes on your face. She smiled.
Great experience so far.
Cheers.
So while McKinney's watching baby, I am going to go to sleep. This is called a quiet room at the Polaris Lounge. It's really nice. You can have children, but they have to be asleep when they come. So I'm gonna take a nap. Can't wait.
So I'm gonna show you our very first class flight we've ever taken and break down how we got this for only $105. So this is all the amenities that the first class flight includes. We have our own remote, we have different areas for lights and for hanging stuff. But basically this ticket costs over $2,000 and we got it for $105. 2 years ago, we were maximizing our points and spending the least amount. Now we are more value focused, so we're not just trying to get the cheapest, we're trying to get the most value. So I was able to get this flight for only 70,000 points and $105 a piece. And honestly, we probably could have got it for 40,000 points or even cash price $400. But we wanted to experience this $2,500 flight. It came with free wine before we even took off, free lounge access before this as well. We had wine. Miss International. You know you need. To us, getting our own pillows and bedding and this hot towel before we ate meals was definitely worth it. And with our first long haul flight with baby, we wanted to make it worth it. We chose the scampi and then the filet mignon, but honestly, the lounge food was way better. This was the best plane food we've ever had, but the lounge food is definitely worth getting there early before your flight. So we were already in Atlanta on the East Coast, but we had to reposition out of New York to go to Amsterdam. It did have a layover in between. Some baby cries before her nap, but we got to spend about 3 hours in one of United's best first class lounge. Here I'm eating some sausages, got some fruits, croissants as well in the morning for our food. And then I'm going through the amenity bag in the morning. You know, we have to freshen up a little bit. But like I said, if you wanted to fly United Polaris, because this is one of the best first class products in the world, and we found this through Rome Award Travel, which I'll link down below. But I highly recommend because it helped us save about $130,000 per person on this. But also the Facebook group is what told us what configuration we needed. So not every airline flies the same first class product on every first class flight they have. So you have to make sure you check the airline. And so we needed to fly out of New York to get that exact aircraft we wanted. But this was our second flight out of Frankfurt. We had about an hour-and-a-half layover. So we stopped at the lounge real quick. Not as nice as the Polaris one. This is more like business, domestic in the US type. But yeah, let's get back to Amsterdam. We didn't do much. We had a big long flight. So we took pretty much a nap for 3 or 4 hours. Got up at night, had KFC because that's all that was open, and we didn't want to pay $30 for some food. So now we're exploring the city. We're walking through De Straatje, which I'm pretty sure is like 9th Street or something like that. Apparently it's like one of the more popular streets here in Amsterdam, which we didn't plan, but like us, you'll probably get here too because everything is walkable here and you'll just find yourself there. There's a lot of cute shops, a lot of coffee shops, a lot of like handmade jewelry stores, vintage shops. But nothing really appealed to us. At the end of it, we did see a stroopwafel place where we spent about 790 euros, so about $9 or something like that. Crazy thing is, we didn't plan this either. We were just walking and saw this in the window and said, ooh, that looks good. But honestly, we wanted to try stroopwafel. If you know Amsterdam, you know stroopwafel. So here we go. Here you go.
I need one more bite. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
That's not caramel?
It is,
I feel
but
like caramel is sugar.
It is, but it's not as sweet as what I thought it was going to be. So it's really good. You got to try it.
It's not as sweet as she thought, but I feel like it's like and it's still warm. But baby's crying now. Besides the city area being walkable, you don't really need a car unless you plan on going to like the countryside. So this is people coming out of the ferry with their bikes. There's tons of boats to get around the city as well. We wanted to get into one of them, but we had already did something like this in London, so there was no need to. We just wanted to get some exercise, especially with all the sweets from the apples earlier and then that stroopwafel, but it's a pretty beautiful location. By the way, if you're in Amsterdam, you see a place that says coffee shop, they don't sell coffee. It's weed, so don't go in there unless you smoke. But yeah, Kat loves Anne Frank and Holocaust-related stuff. She wanted to go in here, but we didn't reserve in advance, so reserve if you want to go. So I'm going to just say Instagram has yet to fail me on food choices, even better than like the Michelin star food choices. So this looks delicious. It's warmed up. We got it from this place called Canela. We're about to stop right now and give it a try. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I don't love it. But I feel like this always happens when we get pistachio, or when I get pistachio like lattes and drinks and all of this stuff. I always have my hopes up really high. So when we go to Dubai, which we won't go to this time, I'm not gonna get my hopes up for that Dubai chocolate stuff. I would give it a 6.5, 7. The stroopwafel we have was way better. Maybe the salted caramel pecan one or the Oreo one actually looked good. I normally don't order Oreo. And obviously Biscoff was good, but you know, the inside is pretty good. Can't complain. Would you rate it, Kat?
6.
6.5. Yeah.
That lady just stared at you. Mad stare.
What big boots you have?
Do you like my shoes?
So I don't know if you can see that bike that's right behind me, but there's so many of those bikes all throughout the city. We've seen a yellow one, a pink one. I believe there's a white one. About 2 yellow ones, actually. I have no clue what they mean, but everybody's always stopping to take photos. So I've grabbed some great photos, actually, of it and the videos as well. But yeah, there's a lot of art around this city. Obviously, a lot of graffiti, as you can see right there. But that's just with the culture and the vibe of people coming together in this place. Super, super diverse. It reminds me of Austria. So many different types of people, so many different types. Amsterdam is a dope city. The vibe is pretty chill. There's a lot of greeneries. The buildings are nice. And then it's actually really diverse. Even the people, it's more like New York, DC kindness, if you know what I mean.
So we just walked into Magna Plaza thinking that there was going to be food and a lot of shopping, but no, it's kind of deserted and kind of sad, to be honest. It's beautiful in here. Wish there was a lot of stores. They probably closed down during COVID. I don't know.
It's crazy to think that there's legit like 7 stores in here. This big old building, super beautiful on the inside and outside. And there's only 7 stores. Yankee Candle being one of them. Don't expect to come in and go for a shopping spree. You're talking about having top 10 stores in the city, in the world. There's really nothing here. It's just Mango, which is basically like, what's it, US equivalent? Zara. But it's a little bit cheaper actually. The castle or capital or whatever that is out there has construction all around it as well. So even that's not even worth it. So there are some more stores out there, so we're gonna go out there and hopefully find some food. We ended up having some really great pizza next to where we stayed. But honestly, after 2 nights and 3 days, the only Dutch food we really had was those pancakes and a bunch of dessert, which were actually really great. So if you're going to Amsterdam, go for the vibes and the beauty, not the food. You know where you should go for the food? Turkey. Watch that right here.